Competition authorities around the world have been more and more conscious in the last few years of the need to improve their tools to detect cartels, going beyond reactive tools such as complaints and leniency and using proactive tools such as screening. As cartel members are increasingly aware of the risks that they incur with their illegal behavior and the necessity of hiding it, competition authorities need to develop and apply increasingly more sophisticated and efficient detection methods. Diversification of detection tools is a good strategy to follow, as it may also reinforce the success of reactive tools, particularly of leniency. Better empirical analysis and greater availability of data provide new avenues for the development of behavioral screens to detect cartels. Many competition authorities have been investing in the use of behavioral screens to detect potential patterns of collusion, developing economic and statistical analysis of detailed data on prices, costs, market shares, and other relevant variables for a specific market. This is not without challenges. Data availability is one of the challenges. With the increasing adoption of electronic procurement by many governments, it is now easier to access data on public procurement. Given the importance of public procurement in the economy, but also given the availability of data, competition authorities have been particularly active in trying to apply screens to data on public procurement tenders. But even when data is available, there are still challenges in dealing with the data to perform screens. In procurement data, for example, the existing databases may lack the necessary information. There may be errors in the data that need to be controlled for. Or data may not be centralized and require a lot of effort to make it workable. In the case of procurement, competition authorities should also keep in mind their advocacy role and advocate for the improvements of the electronic databases before governments and procurement entities. To develop screens, competition authorities also need to develop expertise in statistics, econometrics, and in some cases, in microeconomic modeling, requiring an investment in human resources and in software. The purpose of screens is to flag the markets and industries where collusive practices seem to be happening or where they are more likely to happen, and not to provide isolated hard evidence on cartels. Once a potential pattern of collusion is detected, another challenge is how to use the results of the screening to build or to support a case. The sharing of experiences between competition authorities in this area is thus essential. This is why in 2013 the OECD Competition Committee held a roundtable on ex officio cartel investigations and the use of screens to detect cartels. And this is why we decided to hold this expert workshop on cartel screening in the digital era, so that competition authorities can share their experiences in cartel screening and we can learn from each other's successes and drawbacks. We are very pleased to have Professor Robert Porter with us in this workshop to explain some of the challenges in screen design and implementation and focus on the recent developments in screening techniques. And also to have countries such as the UK, Brazil, and Switzerland to share their insights on implementation. Developing a screening tool is not an easy task. It can be very resource and data intensive and certainly requires determination. There are many challenges, but exchanging experiences and learning from each other will certainly help us move the agenda of improving our detection tools forward.